Hey there, my name's Dr. Rich McLean and I'm the unwitting victim of a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. Now this is difficult to say because I also have schizophrenia, but it doesn't exclude that a conspiracy is happening. This is my support worker, Tash, and I'm just going to get him to acknowledge that this is actually happening for me. He's been with me now for a few months. We can't get a lawyer. I'm a rejected whistleblower. We can't go to police. I've been violently beaten up. I've had my prosperity redacted over years, again and again, systemically and politically. I've written to the Prime Minister. I've written to our politicians. No lawyer will touch it. And my friends and family are aghast of what to do because they can't acknowledge the enormity of the problem. Now, this abuse has been going on for so long. In February 2021, I actually killed myself from this abuse and being vilified and victimised, and it was deemed fatal, and I was revived from certain death. That was in Werribee Mercy Hospital in 2021, and since then there's been a cover-up and no compensation paid at the Health Complaints Commissioner, the Health Complaints Commissioner, the police, IBAC. No one's doing anything, and the hospital has gotten away with murder, and these systems have got away with murder, and then they've gone ahead and covered it up. Now, I'm also not paid my workers' compensation insurance, and Comcare's rejected my claim on the provision that I'm not an employee for the purposes of the SRC Act. But I have a document from the federal court which states that I was an employee of the DSS. If my case fails at AAT, it'll go to the federal court. But the federal court's already acknowledged that I was an employee. So where's the money? It's worth about $300,000 or more, because it's probably a total permanent disability now because I've got a cognitive brain impairment from the suicide attempt. And this GoFundMe's for people to invest. I'm asking for money, yes, you can donate, but I'm also asking for investment because I can pay you back when my detriments are paid. Now there's another problem here which is going on, which is my former partner, who was an ASIO employee, and he was a multi-millionaire who exploited me. He left me homeless with his dying dog, and he now threatens to kill me, and I live in a secret location. I can't believe I'm going through this. I just want to introduce Tash. Look, I'm a good person. I'm a doctor of philosophy. I've been an artist for 30 years, and I've stood up for people for 30 years in mental health advocacy after my autobiography about my experience with schizophrenia was written. And I've always stuck up for people, and I've always been an equitable and fair person. But what's happening to me is victimisation, and victimisation is against the law. What is happening is that I'm a scapegoat, and this is really difficult for me, and I can't get a person to acknowledge that this is actually happening to me. So if you can support my GoFundMe, it'll mean that I can live in a home with my beautiful dog, the only thing I've got left, because the police kicked in the door. They took me to a hospital, kept me as a political prisoner for 2.5 months, and they cleared out my house and everything in it while I was incarcerated in hospital and unable to do anything. And then the hospital rejected me into a homeless shelter with only the clothes on my back. It's not very par for the course for someone who's got a human rights award, has spoken in Australian Parliament and all over this country in advocacy of others, and I just want someone to stick up for me. Tash is here, and I'm just going to get him to comment on how difficult this has been for me, and that I'm not crazy, that a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice is actually happening, and I'm its unwitting victim, and I need some financial support. So Tash, how easy has it been to get support from me?
Well, I've been with Dr. Richard for a couple of months, and I've been all through the situations he has been and he's suffering. We have been to the legal parties, we have been to the private parties, we have been to the governmental parties, and there's a big no in every suggestion and every request that he makes. And I indulge you guys, please help him out and help him get back his prosperity and help him to get back to his track where he left.
And I can pay you back because I'm worth like multi-millions of dollars. You can't die in a hospital and have it covered up. It was a fatal injury, the Freedom of Information said. I'm literally worth a lot of money. I just need some prosperity to get me over the line so I can be clothed and have enough food and shelter and medicine. Please help me. And,
Thank you.
yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, bye.